So I've always heard ki, Samaj su kaise. I'm a Gujarati, so my mom's like, Samaj su kaise, Samaj su kaise. And that's something that it's been ringing in my ears since childhood. I think what we realized is that love is complicated. And there are going to be a lot of layers with love. Honestly, if you see my business plan, it's not a business plan at all. People will be laughing at it.
So what got you into dancing? What realized that, okay, this is from passion to profession, that switch, how did that happen?
I think the one thing that probably drew me towards dance was the sequencing of steps. And I think I've never said this in any interview, but I used to create on my house help when I was about 7-8 years old. The consistency helped me to understand कि मुझे ये actually career में करना है.
That movement, that men in skirt movement, helped you grow as a person, helped you become who you are today.
It also opened the door to start wearing clothes that are probably not very masculine. Yes, dance is for everyone, but a dance career is not for everyone.
From dancing on the streets to dancing on the stage, my guest for today's episode has broken so many stereotypes through his dance. You might know him from his internet movement, Men in Skirts. This is Jainil Rajwani, founder and editor at Social Ketchup. Join me as I catch up with Jainil Mehta about his new show Sam-aaj and his love for dance. Hi Jainil, welcome to Social Ketchup.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great and I'm so excited that I'm finally sitting across you and talking to you about so many things. I've been meaning to talk to you, like I mentioned. I know you from early COVID days. Like I follow your content. I like that street pay dance since then. So I'm so super excited to have you here.
I am so excited. I'm really excited. Let's get started.
Okay, I have to ask so many questions, but I want to ask, and on behalf of so many people, I'm asking this. When are you doing the second show of Sam-aaj in Mumbai? Because I know a lot of people want that from you.
Yes, in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think the response of the first show, the premiere, has been great. So we are right now in the works to bring it back in Mumbai because I know a lot of people could not watch it and they want to. So hopefully before June.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay. So what is Sam-aaj for you? I mean, what made you work on this project? Like, how did the word Sam-aaj came to you? What is that emotional connect that you have with it?
So Sam-aaj, I've heard this growing up because I think I've done so many things in my life where I have broken a lot of boundaries in that sense because right now I'm taking dance as a career. So I've always heard ki, Samaj su kaise. I'm a Gujarati, so my mom's like, Samaj su kaise, Samaj su kaise. And that's something that it's been ringing in my ears since childhood. The good part is that I was let free and I just had to break those boundaries and my parents really supported me in that. So the name actually came because of I was like, I just want to do something where I'm, breaking the societal pressure because I'm anyways doing so many things that unknowingly actually where I am being very bold with my choices. And I think with Sam-aaj, that's how the name came. But then I did not want to use Sam-aaj as the society Sam-aaj. I wanted to use it in a very different way. So I broke up the words and I made it Sam and Aaj, as in Sam as in balance and Aaj as in today. So, finding the balance every day in our lives kind of helps in, just making, just our lives beautiful and much happier. So, I think we just require that balance in everyday's life. Balance today is something that I'm kind of speaking through Sam-aaj and the production Sam-aaj. And yeah.
Great. And I know the show Sam-aaj is not just a performance. It is, you call it as a dance narrative. It's a storytelling. It's a celebration. It's a protest. It's a journey. Like I read, it's a journey of love and courage. Was there a particular moment that made you think that, okay, I have to I have to work on something like this. I have to work on this project?
Yeah, so actually, it all started in October last year, where I was teaching in Ahmedabad. And I had gone to watch a show, and it was a very small show. It was at Mud Cafe over there, and it was this 3-person show. It was actually not dance; it was storytelling with some live musicians. And what I liked about that was that it was very intimate, and it was something that um, anyone could watch. It was funny, it was commercial, but also artistic. They actually spoke about Kunkan Ramayan, which was something that not a lot of people know about. And they made it in a way where it was commercially artistic, which I really liked. I liked the balance between the two. And since then, I was like, I want to create that space with my production where I feel like people just don't have to go to a theater and watch. They can also watch it in a cafe. They can also watch it in the spaces that they are comfortable in, and it's also very gharelu. I feel homely was something that I wanted to bring about in Sam-aaj. So when I started writing the piece in November, I realized that the one thing that I want to have is the home setting. I don't want to talk about the society. I want to talk about these two men and their relationship and the internal turmoil that they go through. And it's just about them. It's not about their family or their society or whatever pressures are there. I think it's just them. And I feel that's when it kind of originated. That was the moment. That was a particular moment where that happened. But I think for me, there's no like one particular moment ki, oh, now I'm going to talk about Sam-aaj. I think that was the journey last year. I have the concept of Sam-aaj came through with just my experiences with my parents, some of my friends, their relationships and my relationships. And I feel like that was something that was like the triggering point to talk about something which is balanced today. But at the same time, it's also talking about accepting change. And I think that was like the core of Sam-aaj, and it is the core of Sam-aaj, that we really need to accept change when we grow as human beings, when we grow in relationships. Because what happens is that we're always living in the past. Ki, हाँ, ये होता था, ये हम करते थे, अभी क्यों नहीं करते? And that was something that was also bothering me. And I was like, I really want to talk about accepting change, because I mean, physically also, I have gone through a lot of changes from, when I was used to dance when I was like 12 years old and now. So there has been those changes. There has been and I feel everyone goes through those changes and growth. So, Sam-aaj is actually all about that. And those were the triggering points throughout the year last year. And I think I just needed to see that Ahmedabad show. As soon as I saw it, and that hit me. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, how does it feel to be a choreographer? You are a choreographer, but like a director and a producer, have a production house. How's that feeling?
That feeling is, I think, again, accepting change, accepting growth. Because I started as a dancer, performer, then I started teaching a little bit, then I started creating a lot. So choreographing, teaching. And now when I'm getting this whole production happening and with my production house, I feel like there are so many other hats that I've worn. In between that, I had my clothing line. And then I also started my online dance tutorials. So there has been a lot of changes that have happened. And I'm actually excited because in every sphere, I am sort of learning a lot. Like, especially with the production house, I'm learning so much about money handling and marketing. Like, I think those two factors, apart from all the creative stuff, I think these two were very essential for me to learn, and I'm excited, and I cannot wait to actually think about a new production.
How did the team come together? I know you have some amazing names, like your partner in this show. You have people like Nakul voicing it. There's so many others also who are associated with. How did the entire team come together?
I think I've been so fortunate, first of all, to have connected with these kind of people during COVID, also post COVID, when, men in skirts was a movement. I think that has really helped me connect to such beautiful people, and I wanted to incorporate them in this show somewhere or the other. And I think when the team came, I think it took a bit, actually. It took about 2 months to actually create a team that is actually going to take Sam-aaj forward, which were also very apt to it. And we went through a lot of composers, we went through a lot of writers, and I think finally, slowly I started, the rule of elimination, and I think I was getting closer and closer to the people who are now, a part of it. And I don't think there could be anyone else who would be so great. And I actually mean it, because everyone from the team, first of all, really supported it. Everyone from the team also, they put their heart into it. It was not ki mera 2 ghanta khatam ho gaya, main niklu. It was also like they really wanted to invest their time into this, even while writing it. I remember I was in the US in January, and we were on calls and voice notes and messages, and it was not just कि मैंने उनको बता दी कि scene ये है, and they've just written it and they've sent it to me, and there are no corrections. There were corrections, there were adaptations, and they really helped in bringing the vision forward. कि Sameer and Miraj are the 2 characters in Sam-aaj. कि Sameer कैसे सोचेगा, Miraj कैसे सोचेगा, नहीं ऐसे नहीं, probably नहीं सोचेगा, कुछ और सोचेगा. So we were also trying ifs and buts, and I think what we realized is that love is complicated, and there are going to be a lot of layers with love. So we have to choose one and actually move forward with it. So सबने बहुत दिल से काम किया है, and even now, like, we're all in touch, and I think that's what I love about creating work, is when when it's done, we're still connected, and it's not just कि काम खत्म हो गया और हम चलो nikle types. It was really nice to have that kind of a team. So I just had to actually pick up the phone and be like, ye hai concept, are you interested? And everyone was really positive about it. So I think like Nakulji has been quite an inspiration for this, in the sense of actually having me to do original music, because pehle I was just going to figure out some music that's already there, and he really told me, like, why to do that? It's better to just have original music, own the music. And I'm actually glad that happened. I'm glad the writing
is
happened.
nice. This is very nice, and it's very soulful as well.
Yes.
So I want to understand that what experience you want your audience to take away from your show.
Mm-hmm. I think when the audience comes now, everyone's not on the same page. They're not in the same frequency and the wavelength. And I feel like I would possibly first of all, I would like them to have a lovely time, because it's a romantic queer love story, and it's not a very typical queer love story that I say that. And they just need to, first of all, enjoy, have fun, but also come with an open heart. At the end of the show, I would like them to just think for a second. If they were probably thinking otherwise before just coming for Sam-aaj, I would like them to have that open heart, understand, if not be comfortable with it, but at the end of the day, it's a musical experience. It's a lovely dance experience. You're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to see the staging that's happening with the whole set that's there. There is intertwined poetry into the movement, into the music, and there's so much happening, and it's like 2 people on stage for 1 hour. So you're going to look at them, you're going to see them, and you're going to actually feel awed, because there are moments where you are going to step back in your journey and think that, oh, maybe ऐसा हो रहा था. So I feel like they're going to definitely have a reflection. But at the end of the day, art is fun, and I would like to keep that for them. They just have to take back a lovely experience through Sam-aaj. And yeah, I'm hoping that they also make bold choices like how I have, after watching Sam-aaj.
So I want to understand, do you have any vision with the production house or with the dance that you like, dance studio that you have, or in general with the content that you create? Do you have like a vision for it that, okay, this is what I want to communicate, this is what I want my audience to know me for?
Wow. For my productions and just for any creative stuff that I do, the one thing that people know me for is, of course, dance, but with dance, a lot of grace, a lot of flow. Those are the two things that I know that people really know me for, is grace and flow. And at the same time, of course, breaking boundaries. But the thing is, with my productions, it's not like कि मुझे break boundary करना है तो I have to create something like this. It's not about that. It's actually, where am I at that point in time in my life? And that's what I want to talk about. I think I want to be very true to that, because I just don't want to create something because ये commercially viable होगा. Honestly, if you see my business plan, it's not a business plan at all. People will be laughing at it. But I know that it can really help me scale my work, my creative work. And I know that with concepts like these, they're really going to create a buzz, and it's also going to create that change that is sort of, or the development that's sort of required in this Sam-aaj, as you say. So, with the production house, I just want to challenge myself. I want to see where my creative flow is going, and we'll take it ahead from there.
Okay, and let's rewind a bit and I want to know and understand that what got you into dancing. I mean, you mentioned that since 12 years, you were 12 years or something?
No, 5 years.
5
so 12 years was just a random year.
Since when you were of 5 years, you are dancing.
Yep.
So what got you into dancing? What realized that, okay, this is from passion to profession, that switch? How did that happen?
Well, so as you mentioned, I started dancing at the age of 5. And I think the one thing that probably drew me towards dance was the sequencing of steps. And I think I've never said this in any interview, but now when I look back at it, I think it's something which is very... And what I mean by sequencing of steps is that I used to create on my house help when I was about 7-8 years old. जो भी मैं सीखता था, in my classes and all, I used to just replicate that, or probably in whatever मैंने TV में देखा है. I used to teach my house help कि ये sequence ऐसे करना है, फिर ऐसे करना है, ऐसे करना है. They used to lift me, कोई भी lift, so because I was small also, they used to lift me. We used to try to teach them dance, right, left, and I used to show that all of that choreography in front of my grandfather. So that has been my childhood until I would say about 13 or something. And that really drew me towards creating work. Of course, in the movement form, in dance form. And I think it was something that was वो इतने सालों से कर रहे थे, तो it just kept continuing. But when I decided from passion to profession was in grade 8. ऐसा कुछ turning point ऐसा कुछ था नहीं. It was mainly just that I was very consistent with dancing, with choreographing, with teaching, even in school. Like maybe आधा time मैं school में class में तो मैं था ही नहीं. I was mostly in my dance studio in school. Teachers know me for that, and I feel that was something that I really enjoyed. कि 9 बजे school में गए, 9:15 attendance देके dance studio, start dancing, and we had some of the other competition events. So the consistency helped me to understand कि मुझे ये actually career में करना है. Because if I wasn't consistent, my parents wouldn't have allowed me, or even I wouldn't have allowed myself to open that door for me. I think that consistency also happened because dance was like it was an outlet for me. It actually made me very secure. It made me very known to a lot of people. And I think जब भी हम ऐसे लगता है कि oh, I'm known to people because of my dancing, you also have that motivation to take it forward. So it was basically that. I was a very shy kid. Like इतना भी मैं जब बात कर रहा हूँ वो it's actually after getting dance into my career and after social media. But I was a very shy kid. बहुत like I hardly had any friends or whatever. I used to mingle with everyone, but ऐसे कुछ नहीं था कि lunch break में ये group के साथ मैं बैठा हूँ. So I used to be with everyone. So dance was something that really made me comfortable. So I wanted to keep it that way. And I think I wanted dance to be there I just wanted to, a part of my life, I feel like it was something that I strived for and parents supported.
I wanted to ask you what dance mean to you then, but I think you said that it makes you comfortable.
Yeah, it just makes me... I think there's a different voice only altogether. Of course, it's a way of expression and all of that, but it's a way of self-expression for me, to make me understand ki, how am I feeling when I'm doing this movement? Of course, audience dekh raha hai, wo sab hai, all of that, but it's not just expressing outward, but expressing inward, and that's what dance is to me. It has helped me in discipline, confidence. And those two things I don't think so कुछ और मुझे कोई और ऐसे पढ़ाई मुझे सिखा सकता है
feel दे पाती हूँ. Okay, so I know, Jainil, that you also had your trial with internet kind of case with men in skirts. I know a lot of people back then didn't accept it. They told you, but in retrospect, do you think that movement, that men in skirt movement, helped you grow as a person, helped you become who you are today?
Absolutely. I think men in skirts, it came to me in that part of my life where I wasn't expecting a lot of things. And I think it was a journey for me also. The journey to actually... be bold with my choice, because I feel I wouldn't have been able to do that probably now or a few years ago. वो time पे जो आया था ना, I think it was a good journey for me. It actually helped me tell myself that I can do it. And I think even with Sam-aaj, when it happened, it also happened because men in skirts happened. I think everything had like a journey and a trajectory. So from taking dance as a career, to going abroad to study, to men in skirts, to Sam-aaj, I think that's been a journey for me and the people that are also following me, my parents. And it has been a good gradual journey. I think that it has given me a lot of confidence. It also opened the door to start wearing clothes that are probably not very masculine. I think जभी वो मैं पहले नहीं कर रहा था men in skirts के पहले. What happened actually after men in skirts? Initially, men in skirts was just a dance thing. It was a very like कि हाँ मैंने skirt पहना है, मैंने dance किया है, I've enjoyed it. Thing? No, it wasn't planned. I've always loved the flair and grace of the skirts. So bachpan mein jab bhi maine I told you about the grandparents. I used to show them my choreographies. So एक मैंने ऐसे दिखाया था तो उनको बहुत अच्छा लगा था. Plus I used to also wear my skirts in my room, lock myself up, and I used to just enjoy dancing in just that outfit. So that came later, after like about 8-9 years, जब भी मैंने actually Men in Skirts का video डाला. And Men in Skirts was actually not called Men in Skirts. It was called much later. जब भी movement तभी हुआ. But it was not a planned thing. I think at that point वो जब भी नवरात्रि का time था और मैंने it was actually with another guy. I had done a song called Radha ne Shyam Mari Jashe. And it was two men wearing skirts, and we were doing a whole Radha Shyam ka pura dance hum kar rahe the with a very contemporary garba feel. And I think after that it just picked up, and I realized that and I think kya hua tha ki in that concept it just needed the skirt. So पहले ऐसे था कि there was a need for it. It was ऐसा कुछ प्लान नहीं था कि वो मैं स्कर्ट डालूंगा कोई वायरल हो जाएगा. You never know, yeah, because I feel like it can backlash also. And I'm glad that backlash itna hua nahi tabhi. And people really were happy and they were excited to see a man in a skirt on the streets of New York dancing.
So do you think that, I mean, did you have a better time dancing on streets in US, New York, or India? Because I feel that it's a taboo here.
Honestly,
I'm putting you in spot with it.
No. No, it's not about dancing in a skirt actually in India or New York. It's more about doing anything in India with a camera on the streets.
Oh, I saw one of your reel.
It's so difficult. It's my frustration that's actually giving this expression, because it's just so difficult to create work on like outside without, like, there's no freedom to do that, you know. And I feel like it was not even about a skirt or what I'm wearing. It's actually just doing something even with a phone. I've just had I think मेरा luck भी बहुत खराब है. जब भी मैं आता हूँ तभी पुलिस आ जाती है. ऐसा है मेरा.
I saw your reel. I saw.
तभी आ जाती है. So now I've stopped doing that in India. So it is not because I've not stopped doing street dancing in India because of what are people going to think and all that. I've stopped because of other reasons. So now I do it only in studios because there's this mental peace कि मुझे कोई रोकेगा नहीं, मेरा वो flow नहीं जाएगा. मैं स्टूडियो में करूँगा, कोई बात नहीं, एकदम अच्छी लाइटिंग के साथ. बट I am always supporting street dancing because there's so much fun with it. There are people watching. People का जो energy होता है जब भी वो देखते हैं, and when you are doing it, there's another feel to it.
I do feel artists thrive on audience energy.
Absolutely. And when I do it in the US, because there's so much freedom to actually just film there, there's just another feeling altogether. I think, the energy that you receive, the love that you receive also, and sometimes you receive those stares, and honestly those stares also give you that motivation कि नहीं अभी तो मुझे करना ही है types. So I think I enjoy the street dancing a lot.
Okay, but Jainil, we are not seeing you in skirts these days a lot, not at least on the feed. And we miss that. So is there something that you don't want to be stereotyped in some men in skirts kind of thing, or that stereotype actually helped you break so many stereotypes?
Right. Actually, this latter, that stereotype has helped me break a lot of other stereotypes. But at the same time, as I mentioned that अगर men in skirts अभी होता ना, maybe मैं नहीं कर पाता. It was that point in time where I could do it. And also ऐसा नहीं है कि I can't do it now. I can. I just feel like I have made myself busy with so many other things like Sam-aaj that I've also like kind of taken a seat back in terms of creating a lot of content for social media. I really believe in real time live connections. And that's why I wanted to take this production live people should come and watch in theaters rather than just seeing it online on social media. Hopefully that will also happen soon. A lot of people have already thought that this is a film, but ये film नहीं है. Hopefully film भी बन जाएगी इसकी.
You can make once you're done with the tour, you can make like a short video type kind of, YouTube video kind of.
I absolutely can. With YouTube video, I don't know yet. I was thinking of doing few clips for the audience on Instagram, subscriber through. I want people to actually
come for the next tour
as well, because I would like to do this as a tour for sure. Like this is something which is a live production, so I would like to keep it that way as much as I can. But I would also like to reach out to those people online, because of course I can't tour everywhere in every nook and corner of the world. But I'm hoping to get my skirts back very, very soon. After this whole tour of Sam-aaj ends, there's definitely going to be my skirt videos. And it's not because I'm afraid or whatever. I don't think so. It's also
not being afraid, but it's being like
stereotype.
Yeah. Because people then will see you and will follow you only for that
Correct.
in general.
Right. I mean, that I realize that people have done that. Actually, after Sam-aaj, I lost about a lot of followers. In thousands, I lost.
I think it's good that you lost those followers.
I'm
in
also
general.
very glad. I'm also very glad. Abhi, I'm not very worried about numbers. I'm more worried about the quality that I put out. No, honestly, मैं कुछ भी करूँगा ना, people are going to stereotype me. So it's not about that at all. I feel like कुछ भी हम करेंगे, समाज ऐसे ही सोचेगी कि यही करता है types.
No, I think if you lost those numbers, they were never there for the voice you have. In general, I feel when creators reach a point, they should have a voice that can in general nurture society overall, because with great power comes great responsibility. So if you are put up on a pedestrian like this, I mean, firstly, creators shouldn't be put up on a pedestrian, but if you are, then in general, at least be mindful of what you do, and mindful with you, if you are trying to work around on something as beautiful as Sam-aaj, then it's good that people who follow you at least resonate with what you do.
Absolutely. And it also, it all circles back into accepting the change. Because, I mean, as creators also, we can't be stuck with what we started in 2015. Jabhi bhi maine, you can't be stuck with that. So as followers also, you've also developed a taste over the years. So I feel like, accepting that change for the content is going to change in a lot of ways, because I'm also growing, I'm also getting new experiences, and as a follower you are also growing, and you're seeing a lot of other things on online, so you are also changing as a your taste is also developing. So
I was also about to say that Sam-aaj is also changing in general. The society is changing. Things that were a lot of taboo back in maybe 2014, 2015 or maybe before. There's a different era altogether between COVID, post and pre-COVID. Now, so people have evolved in terms of understanding in general.
Yep.
So content is bound to change.
Yeah, it takes time. That's one question I've asked my dadi actually. It was so funny. It was just a week ago. We were on the lunch table and I asked her very randomly. She's also telling me, why are you asking me such random questions? But it was about, so she's born 1947. And I'm like, from then, since then to now, you've seen a lot of changes. In family, in just things around you. There are roads, there are bridges. I mean, of course there were, but it's all become, so you've seen a lot of changes. So how are you dealing with it? And the only thing that she had was ki, even I have to change with times as a mother-in-law. So for my mom. And I realized that hum ho jate hai. We do develop our taste and we do change, but it takes time. It doesn't just happen कि हाँ मुझे change करना है चलो change करते हैं. But it takes a bit to understand. But for that you just need an open heart. You really need to be open to understanding and learning about things. But yeah.
Yeah, even the 10 years ago, I was in my hometown maybe, and the idea, the approach, the thought process in general was so different. My understanding was so different about very basic things in life. Now there's a different approach for me. There is different altogether. I see the same thing in a different light. Same old movies now. When I laughed on those movies now, I get the feeling of cringe that why I like that.
Yeah. I know
so that happens. Jainil, we were discussing this earlier as well, and I would want to dig deep on it. That dancing has a rigid idea overall of masculinity, that firstly in India, dancing as a career is not accepted everywhere. While we have so many dance forms in India, there's Natraj is a part of our culture. People don't appreciate dancing as a career, and especially being a male dancer. How did you managed to make a way, like path for yourself in such a how do I say, such a world where people were trying just to be open about dance as a career, and you made yourself like, okay, no, I'm going to be a male dancer, and my dance is not going to be like a hip hop or a Bollywood dance or a more a dance like that, which is more acceptable to be a male dance kind of. Your dance has flow. Your dance has grace. Your dance has skirts, and you dance on songs which are made for a female. How did you navigate it through that?
So there are two things actually. One is that initially the struggle was of being a dancer as a profession, like, taking dance as a profession. Initially it was not about male and female at that point. And the only thing that helped me tabhi was consistency. I feel like I was good at it. My parents believed that I was good at it, and they thought that I am also consistent, so he can manage to take it up as a career. Because honestly, with dance, it's not just about dance that you're dealing with. It's a lot of other things, because you're also living in that world where dance is not accepted as a career, especially in India. Like, forget about career. It's not accepted as a field of study in universities and colleges. And I did my graduation in dance, but from the US. I would have loved to do it in India if there was an opportunity here. So it's not even, I feel like even a lot of educational institutions don't believe that even now, to have dance as a field of study, like a proper 4-year course. And it is a lot, because it's not actually just about how well you're dancing. It's not about just that. You also have to be mentally prepared to take it up as a career, because there are going to be a lot of ups and downs. So I feel like that is something that not everyone can do. So yes, dance is for everyone, but a dance career is not for everyone. I think that is something that, first of all, we have to accept that it's not for everyone, because there are a lot of things. But I think consistency was definitely something that really made me push myself also to do it. And I was like, ki kuch bhi ho jaye, whatever it is, koi bhi, kathinayi aaye, I'm going to keep dance alive. And I know that I'm not going to do anything else. So I think my parents believe that, I believe that. So wo dance ka to ho gaya. Now when it comes to dance as and as a male dancer and doing things that probably it's expected out of a female to do. Maybe it's female songs or female movements, like even a thumka or, even dancing in skirts. I think it's a very qualitative factor, because I think for me, I'm very open about things in terms of learning.
Dance as a gender-based division.
And also maybe I don't see it like that, because I also want to try out different things. So for me, like, when I come into a room with an open understanding. And that's just general for anything and everything. So when it came to dance, and when I was told not to do something because a man has to, like, always support the female partner. But I'm like, nahi, but mujhe turn karna hai. I want someone to turn me. I want to be lifted. Small things like that. It's changing in the dance world for sure. Like, all those things are changing. Now we are having a lot of female to female partners, male to male partners, even for like partner work, for ballet and for contemporary dance. And I feel like those things are changing, but it's still like, there are some choreographers, there are some dancers, and there are some people who still think that, men hai, so they can't go on point for ballet. So there is a thing where, only females go on point for ballet, which is like, on the toes, while men have to be on flats because they have to support the female partner. And I feel like I've always wanted to be someone who goes on point, goes on his toes, or, again, wear a skirt or something. So I've always had that open feature where I'm like, कि आपने बोला है कि मुझे नहीं करना है, इसके लिए मुझे वो करना है, I've also been very strong-headed that way. कि, जब भी मुझे कोई ना बोलता है, तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि ना किसने क्यों बोला. So in general as a person, I've been like that. I think that's the qualitative factor. So for me, I just believed in that. Ki mujhe, it's not ki I want to break boundaries because I want to become a krantikari. It was not about that. I'm like, I want to try these different things, and I want to keep it open for everyone else also who feels that way. Because like me, there might be some other people who also would like to wear a skirt, or would also like to be held and lifted for, partner work and all of that. So I don't want to keep it very gendered. So even in all my pieces that I choreograph for studios, for companies, for myself, I make sure that everyone's given that voice. And it is as and there are some people who are like, for example, there are some men who are like, listen, I don't want to wear a skirt. So for example, if I'm doing a piece and it's all men, and there are some men who probably don't want to wear a skirt, I'm also open to that. It's okay, you don't have to wear a skirt, but I would like if you can. But if they don't want to, that's a separate thing. So, there are also individual choices that people make.
If they might not be comfortable
They might
with
not
it.
be comfortable with it. So that's one. But at the same time, I would also be like, listen, no, but this piece requires this. So there has to be that balance. And that balance is important. How is the dancer thinking and how am I thinking as a choreographer? So that is also there. Society का तो मैंने dictionary से ही निकाल दिया है मैंने. I think anything that restricts me is something that I've removed from my dictionary from the beginning itself. So वो तो question में ही नहीं आता.
Okay. As an artist, where do you find yourself most enjoying? Is it on screen or on stage?
On screen or on stage? On stage. I love on stage. It's a different feeling. But I do like on screen also. I feel like the thing is with on stage, there are no retakes. For on screen, there are retakes. That's the only probably difference for me. But I enjoy being in front of the camera and looking at myself. And then, because also camera mein dekh ke, then you can also look back. So yeah. As an artist, I do like, I'm gonna settle with one. Because I know I'll say on stage first. That's been pehle se ho hi raha hai. So I think that's something that's very close to my heart.
What's next for you? What do you have anything planned right now after Sam-aaj tour? I think Sam-aaj is taking all your energy.
Sam-aaj is taking all my energy right now, but growing it. And not just growing Sam-aaj, but just growing Jainil Mehta Productions as a brand to invite more and more productions to happen, and more and more concepts to be shown to people. And I think that is something that I want to really think about and grow at in the next 5 years. At the same time, of course, education in universities in India for dance is something that I strive for since grade 8. So I have to make sure that I also do that. It's very important. And I hope whoever's watching this, I hope education institutions, you understand that it's very important to have dance as a field of study.
Nice. Thank you, Jainil. I really enjoyed talking to you, not generally because we spoke so much, but in general, I like how you think, and I like how you've used dance as a platform to express yourself. I know Sam-aaj is doing great, and I read all the comments, and I know people are waiting for a season 2 kind of thing for it. But I'm all the best for this, and I really hope that all your shows goes sold out, goes in full capacity. People enjoy it. I really hope that happens for Sam-aaj.
Yes, I'm so hoping to. Hopefully, after the first leg of the tour, we do more and more legs, and we do 500 shows in 5 years. But I'm excited to perform Sam-aaj and show it to the world. Yeah, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you for watching me on Social Ketchup, and I hope you keep dancing and training. Please like, share, and subscribe. And go watch Sam-aaj. Book your tickets now.